Hey y'all, Little Drummer Boy. I'm sorry I got cut off on the last video. My phone was starting to die on me, so it shut me down. So I got it charging now. And so, anyway, this is a continuation of um, the video Radicals, Radicals, Russia, Racist, and Recession. And I was on the recession part. You've got a bunch of radicals who tried to do a coup in cahoots with Russia by blaming President Trump for being in cahoots with Russia. And it's like a John Grissom or Tom Clancy novel or something, but I don't even think they could write this crap. Only God could. But okay, then, when they're beat, which they are so beat, the economy's great. We have the biggest peace and prosperity I've ever seen in my lifetime. And no matter what the polls say, President Trump he filled an arena in New Hampshire with thousands waiting to get outside, and that's a blue state. He just beat all the top six Democratic candidates in Seattle in fundraising. So the Dems are in big trouble. I honestly think President Trump could run all 50 states. I think I don't remember, was it in 80 that the only state Jimmy Carter won against Reagan was Georgia because he's from there. And I think in 84, Mondale won Minnesota, and that was it. Reagan ran all other 49 states. And if Trump doesn't win all 50 states, it's probably going to be because of all the illegals that are voting, because there's a reason Democrats they want open borders, and they don't want voter ID. I'll let you put those two together, all right? It's not rocket science to figure out what they're up to, because Americans are sick of them. They've even lost the unions. The union vote went to Trump last time because the Democrats are the Hollywood class. They could care less about middle class America now. That used to be their bread and butter. They've lost it. And middle class America, likes Trump because he's doing great things. He gave us all a tax cut. We've got the lowest unemployment in 50 years. The lowest black, Asian, Hispanic employment in history. The lowest female employment since World War II. Peace with North Korea. He's a peacemaker. Jesus said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." And Trump is the only one that had the testicular fortitude to go over and meet with Kim Jong-un and make peace. He really deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. He is a peacemaker, and he's very blessed. Although he's losing millions of dollars probably every day, he's doing this gig for free for us. It's not like he needed this. He could have retired and enjoyed his billions and rode off into the sunset without having to take the incoming crap that he's having to take on a daily basis. But anyway, I'm chasing a rabbit and getting on a tangent, but it's all good stuff. So, anyway, so I had talked about how the radicals, Russia was a total fail. It blew up in their face, and hopefully the people that ran this coup and started it, and Peter Strzok said POTUS wants to know everything we're doing. The POTUS was Barack Hussein Obama. Him and Hillary are the ringleaders, and unless people, including them, they're not above the law, unless they go to jail, go to prison for this crap's going to happen again. Everybody involved, from Peter Strzok and James Comey to Bruce and Nellie Orr, Lisa Page, all the way up to Hillary and Obama, who ran this whole thing, they all need to go to prison, or else we could have another coup. This shouldn't happen to a president of either party. They ran a political coup against this president, and they were the ones colluding with Russia. They bought the dirty and disgusting, I might add, dossier from Russia to start an investigation about Trump and Russia. Saul Alinsky, Rules for Radicals, dedicated to Lucifer, the first person to rebel against the establishment. That's their playbook. Blame the other side for what you're doing yourself. All right, and so yeah, Russia didn't work for them. Then they pull out their old soggy, sweaty race card that they've been carrying around For decades, every time they're beat, the party of slavery, the KKK, Planned Parenthood, trying to kill off the human weeds, as Margaret Sanger called blacks, uh, KKK friendly Woodrow Wilson, who started their unconstitutional income tax, confiscating our wealth, which the Constitution does not allow for, uh, and the party that opposed the Civil Rights Act in Congress. That's the Democrat Party. Then they have the nerve to call the party of Lincoln Republicans, and I'm not a Republican anymore either. I'm unaffiliated. I don't like either party. That's why I like Trump, because he's trying to drain the swamp, and he's the monkey wrench in the Antichrist system, which now includes both parties. And they're paid, and most of the people in Washington are paid off, and they are bribed by their lobbyists and donors. But anyway, historically though, the Democrats own racism. They're as racist as the Nazi Party. I mean, they did the Trail of Tears running the Cherokees off. They did slavery. They were the Confederacy. They started Planned Parenthood to kill off the black race. So it's the Democratic Party that's racist. And they have the nerve to call the party of Lincoln racist, the party that died by the hundreds of thousands to free the slaves, the party that had to kill Democrats by the hundreds of thousands to free the slaves. Really? They want to call Republicans racist and Trump racist? Oh, and if Trump is such a Nazi, explain to me why he has Jewish kids and grandkids. Congratulations to Eric and Laura Trump on their new baby, Carolina Trump. God bless her. God bless Israel. And I'm so happy that Laura named their baby Carolina Trump after hers and ours beloved and beautiful North Carolina. So God bless the Trumps. God bless little Carolina Trump. But yeah, President Trump's family, his kids and grandkids are Jewish. He's the biggest supporter of Israel probably since, Harry Truman and and Israel was founded as a nation in 1948. And so which is he, Democrats? Is President Trump a Nazi, or is he a father and grandfather of Jews? Is President Trump a Nazi, or does he support Israel? You can't do both. It's hilarious. But if it wasn't so dangerous what they're doing, to our country and to freedom, then it would really be funny. But the sad thing is these people still have a lot of power. I'm hoping they'll be over as a party come 2020. That's what I'm praying for, because it's an evil party. You look at what they stand for, and you can't get much more satanic than wanting to kill babies at 9 months, and then after they're born, like Governor Ralph Northam of Virginia. But yeah, they're owned by Satan. They don't even know it, man. They're gonna have a rude awakening one day. But and I'm not saying all of you Democrats are owned by Satan, but what your party stands for, the leadership is. And the fake news media is their propaganda machine that's right in cahoots with them. And you Democrats that are Christians, you need to repent. Give me one good reason why you should stay in that party. One. I mean, what do you stand for? What they stand for? It's the Antichrist party. They stand against the Bible. They stand against God at every chance they get. It's the party of ACLU. Come out from among them, my people, God says. I can't understand why anybody. I repented from that party, and my immediate family has, and most of my extended family. Still got a few holdout cousins and maybe, an aunt or two that might still be on the other side, but I'm praying for all them. And they're good Christian people, I believe, but they're, I don't know, they're either in denial about what the Democratic Party is, or, I don't know. I don't know how anybody with the Holy Spirit living in them could support abortion, especially late term, or, gay marriage, because it's totally opposed to what God invented in Genesis and his holy sacrament of marriage. One man and one woman for a lifetime. That's the only thing that fits the definition of marriage. You change that, you open it up to anything. Marrying your car, your pet, marrying 50 people. polygamy. I mean, so anyway, I'm getting way off where I was trying to go with all this. But the radical party, rules for radical party, Russia didn't work for them. It blew up in their face. It's coming back on them like a boomerang because they were the ones really conspiring with Russia to win the election. Racism doesn't work for them because they are the party of racism. Their longest senator was Robert KKK Byrd, Grand Kleagle in the Klan from West Virginia, and he was in the He was in the Senate till he just died. What, about 2010? He was in the Senate like 10 years ago, And then they have the audacity to call Trump a racist. Talk about audacity of hope. Yeah, audacity of hope that Republicans are racist or something. But anyway, and then lastly, recession. That's where I was at last time when I got cut off. And the media, their fake news propaganda machine, they drive the recession narrative. They got Bush 41 out of office in 1992. Well, Perot split the conservative vote, which helped defeat Bush and elect Clinton. But Bush 41 had a very high approval rating at the end of the Gulf War. Very high, like way up there, 80-some% maybe. The media, and I remember Dan Rather start talking up a recession. There was none. But you remember what FDR said? The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Well, the media will stoke fear. And I think nowadays enough people don't believe the media and see that they're fake news and listen to Fox and talk radio, and get real news like from them rather than the obvious Democratic propaganda machine. But back then, people still believed them, and so Dan Rather talked up a recession. Bush was defeated. And they did the same thing with George Bush. I mean, George W. Bush 43, he had a great economy. He was setting records, along about 2006. And then the media started talking up a recession, and the home loans that Bill Clinton actually forced on the banks, he forced the banks to give minorities home loans so everybody could have a home. Well, they started going bust in 2008. So there were several things at play, but Bush got all the blame for it. It cost McCain the election. And but the media, they were all too happy to, they acted like McCain's best buddy, and he was stupid enough to fall for it. They acted like his best buddy when he was going for the nomination, but as soon as he got the nomination, they turned on him viciously because they wanted him. They knew he was a weak candidate. Man, he was a war hero, but and America's most famous POW. Read about his time in captivity, like in Faith of My Fathers, his book. But I don't know what happened to him as a senator. I mean, he sold us out, giving the thumbs down on the repeal of Obamacare, although he was elected to end it. He promised to. But that was a personal vendetta against Trump. And so McCain was a hero in the war, but a zero as a senator. And anyway, yeah, so a bad economy at the last minute sunk McCain and gave us Barack Hussein Obama as president. And now they're trying to do the same thing to Trump. And I just don't fall for it. Don't listen to it. Because if people listen to the media and the Democrats try to say the sky is falling and that the economy is crashing, then people will stop investing, people will stop spending, and guess what happens? The economy crashes. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So don't buy into the hysteria, okay? And this video is getting kind of long, so I'm going to hop off of here, but if y'all like my content, like, subscribe, and share. I'm up to 16 subscribers, and I thank each and every one of you, and I want to wish y'all all a blessed evening and a great weekend coming up. Love ya. Bye.